Hello, everybody. Today is the 21st of October, and as always, we're going to tell the page story. This page story has changed a lot of people's life and shed light into why something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So let's get started with it, okay? It says, it's a pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Now there is a dog inside the room. We're going to wave this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will lick at you the shade. Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen. For the human, this one is a screen. Yes, it is. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy. For the human, this one is a pen to rate. The dog is correct and the dog one. The human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson of the correct. Now let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room there'll be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or chewing toy. Becomes almost nothing, and the answer we still call this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like Yeshua Rosh applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build this that with revenue of $250 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the page story, okay? So this thing currently on the table, and when there is no human, no dog, it is almost nothing. But as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog comes back to the room and the dog look at it, this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, we both look at this at the very same time, this thing becomes. It is still a pen of a chewing toy. Becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing, but there's no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with. It comes back to true self, we call it the emptiness. So the emptiness is not darkness, it's not blackness, it's not nothingness, it's not feeling, no, it's not none of those things. It's just ourselves, itself, and that it doesn't, we don't interact with anyone. But in reality, we always interact with someone or something, right? So that's the reason why we always have the potential of become anything or anyone, depending on who or what is looking at that us at the moment. So that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have women's potential. Now, I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? So this pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is a pen itself, the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it without ease, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my right, and everything is actually coming from our right. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our right. So this is the third lesson. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind. I believe this will become a diamond. Okay, so please pray with me. Diamond, 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 pen, still pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are certain sound the answer Mr. Collins come on. When we see something, the certain sound open cover this and made us see it for what had been planted earlier into our mind. So who planted those seed into our mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our actions, by our thoughts, especially to other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have a pen. You need to have this pen. The one of you say, yes, please. I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this part will open up and me and my friend will see it, and it's start living back in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has been planted into my mind, and I pop up open up and cover this and made a seed for what had been planted into our mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen, and anything surround us become what it will they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today we have 4 different lessons. The first lesson is both correct, so we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, we will learn to accept each other with a compassionate heart. And I also believe that, with everyone in any kind of relationship, we learn to be listened to, we learn to be understood, and we learn to be respected. So when we be able to do that to other people, that is when we be able to get that. That is when we be able to get that. So that is our first lesson. The second lesson is along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So trust your potential, trust the potential of within of you. So you trust the potential of whatever happened to you. So this is something that link it between lesson number 1 and lesson number 2 is that in order for you to see the potential, whatever happened to you, you have to acknowledge the emptiness first, So you have to know who you truly are, or what they truly are when they don't interact with anyone, to recognize their strengths, their weaknesses, and from that we will be able to see the potential of us as well as anyone when we interact with someone else. And that is the second lesson. Moving on to the third lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us, and we don't blame anyone, because in the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind. And this is actually a very important lesson because, it's one again, validate whatever that you have in your mind, which is the potential, right? You see the emptiness, you see the potential, then you'll be able to cultivate that, you'll be able to get that, make it a reality in your life. And another lesson that you have to learn is that you have to, another lesson is that we are capable of whatever that we think that we can do. And we have to be proactive. We actually have the whole control of our life. The way our life gonna be is all us. So making sure that you take charge of that, okay? And if bad thing happen or desired thing happen, it's okay. And we acknowledge that, okay? So it's coming from some of our action in the past. And now we're just totally responsible for it. And we're gonna do something to change it. That's the most important lesson. And the third lesson is how to create and manifest our true life in a very certain way using all that question. The previous lesson is actually lesson number 2 when we want to do what we want to do, and we see the potential, and then we start planting those into our life. So if we want to have prosperity, then we use the prosperity seed. We plant that into everyone else using a word of passion of said, our action on those who other people, helping other people to get more prosperous. If we want to have wisdom, then use our word of action of those helping other people surround us become more become more wise, and just like that, wiser, just like that, whatever that you want, making sure that you plan those things using your word, your action, and having other people surround you to get that. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that, yesterday we have an office meeting, and we were talking about a past project and the buildings. There's a lot of problem in the building process, and we to report the spend process. And then I try to protect my team, but then in the other hand, I should be able to understand and just get it go, but I didn't. So, and when I was telling that pain story, that story come up to me. So maybe the next time I should be able to say that, okay, so this might be our fault, and we will try to figure out a way to help it better. And I think that would be a better solution. rather than, acknowledging that we are the one, but then also claiming that, it's also claiming that they are all thing in the future because in the nature of the work. But then yeah, that's something that I would learn about that lesson. Thank you so much everyone for listening to me today. Thank you, Anna, for coming me in this 3,000-day journey. And if I need to share with you the pain story of my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my trust family, to my friends, to my co-workers, to my clients, or to any living things in this world and the other worlds with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye, everyone.